Hey everybody, welcome to YouTube's favorite underground climbing channel. So I got a question on my Discord. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the new way to forum. We have a whole meme section and a place for you guys to hang out. You can check that down in the description below. But anyway, the question was, how do you remedy golfer's elbow, which is a common symptom climbers have from overworking this muscle here. But I could teach you a whole lot about ropes outdoors, but not much about the ropes and tendons inside your body. So I figured let's get a professional, a doctor, to talk about it, and we could discuss some ways to fix it. So let's get started. Come with me. We'll go talk to the doc.
Come on in.
What up, doc? I got you a carrot. I know apples keep the doctors away, so.
Thank you. Make a nice snack for later.
Okay, so today's topic is going to be about golfer's elbow. So what can you teach me about golfer's elbow? It's a common climbing pain.
It's a pain right on the inside of the elbow. Is that what you're referring to?
Correct, right
so
there.
So take your jacket off and then we'll show you exactly what it is.
All right.
So in simple terms, we have the inside of the elbow and then we have the outside of the elbow. If the pain is on the inside of the elbow, we call it golfer's elbow. If it's on the outside of the elbow, we call it tennis elbow, just because of the motion. So tennis players swing like this, more stretch, more injury to the outside of the elbow. And golfers, they swing like this, and so they tend to have more stress on the inside of the elbow. It's just a fancy name for pain on the inside or pain on the outside of the elbow.
Right.
So when you put your finger there, usually the pain with a golfer's elbow is right here.
Right.
And it's a problem because it affects every aspect of your life, that elbow joint, because it's a hinge joint and we're using it constantly.
Right.
So
I'm not the best example of this because I don't get a lot. I do get pain and tender there I notice if I'm doing pull-ups that are super close like this, like right now I'll feel like there's a little something there. It's not a pain that I really like, it's excruciating, but I could feel it's there and it kind of know like, all right, I gotta back off and just relax that muscle for a while.
Now, are you stretching before you do this, or are you just going ahead and doing it?
Well, sadly, sometimes I just hop up and do it. So, I mean, I think that's another reason is just I don't stretch enough. I think one of the biggest reasons for injuries is just not stretching, right?
So there's some stretches you can do where you can put your arm flat, like this, and then you could take your other hand and kind of push down. Can you feel the stretch there?
Yep.
And if you wanted to, you could put a 5-pound weight in your hand and then kind of bring your hand down and up and down and up. And for the other side of the elbow, you could kind of pull your arm up and down, the hand up.
Oh yeah,
and down.
I feel the stretching there.
Yes, and then you can also use your other hand to pull up.
How much time do you think you'd have to do that before you hop on a climb?
About 10 reps, probably.
Just do 10 reps, make sure it's nice and stretched out.
If it's feeling a lot of pulling, then you should do more. But if as you're going through the motion and you're not feeling the pulling anymore, then you're pretty much
Now, if a
done.
person has a lot of pain here, what should they do? Just try to lay off it, start doing some no-hand climbing or something like that?
For a home remedy, you won't have access to an ultrasound machine in your house,
Right.
but we would take ice and you could rub that on there for 5 minutes. And then they also make these really neat straps.
At what point would you say, okay, that person needs to go get surgery or something?
When you hear extreme clicking or the pain is unbearable.
Okay. I notice what helps a lot is if I'm getting that pain, well, first I'll just lay off of it. But then what I'll do is I'll do a counter exercise, which would be like push-ups or dips or something to work the tricep in the back.
And we'll get there in 1 minute.
All right.
But there's these neat straps you can buy anywhere. Amazon's pretty reasonable for these, and they just have like a cushion on the inside. And you want to measure about 2 fingers below that. You'll feel like a little bump here. That's the medial epicondyle. So you want to do 2 fingers below that, and you're going to put that part of the belly of this strap right over it and then just tighten it down. And what it's going to do is going to put pressure on the muscle to take the tension off of the joint. And so this isn't a remedy that's going to fix the problem. It's just going to remind you that you have the injury.
Would you climb with that?
You could. I wouldn't advise it. I don't think you should climb when there's an injury active like that.
Right,
I think
so
you need to give the joint rest, lay off of it. But this, will do for a few days or even a week or a few weeks.
While you heal up, basically.
While you heal up. But the most important thing is, rest and ice. And stretching. Stretching is one of the biggest things that we need to do. So shoulder stretches, I'll show you some shoulder stretches. So stand up for me. And so we can just do a windmill kind of thing where we just kind of go round and round like a windmill and kind of push it back more.
Back more?
Yeah, like you're really. So that is important. And open your hand as you do it, because you want to kind of open your hand and do it.
So the shoulder is connected to
the muscles. You have the biceps, the deltoid, the triceps, and they all insert right into this joint. So we want to make sure they're all nice and loose.
So they all focus in on this joint.
Exactly. And so then you could do the other arm.
I think another problem that people have with this is because they do stuff that's called like dynamic climbing, where they're jumping from one hold to another, and they're falling all their body weight on the joints and stuff like that.
Well, that's fine, but you have to make sure that your shoulder is very strong.
Your shoulder needs to be able to take that in.
You can go on a barbell in a gym, and kind of like, I don't have one here, but you could kind of hang onto that barbell and kind of slide your body underneath it, so you're kind of holding yourself up. And then what you want to do is practice taking one arm off the barbell without this portion of your chest going back. So that's all about strength training. And that's going to make sure the pecs are tight, the shoulders tight, and then you do the other arm. Now, if your arm is going back as you're balancing yourself off of there, you're not strong enough.
Okay, so really it's about strengthening everything so that we could take all the stress off of here. So you have to work into that, basically.
Right, and there's another exercise. You stand up against a wall like this, and you can kind of put your hands like this and just kind of slide them down and slide them up. So go ahead and try that.
Right over here, just sliding back?
Yeah.
So this is basically just stretching.
Yeah, and make sure your fingertips are touching that. And slide them up.
That's good for me. I'm feeling like I'm stretching.
Coming all the way down. And you can do that about 12 times.
Oh, that's great.
And there's another one where you have a flat wall where you can put your shoulder up against that wall. Make sure your arm is about this position. And you take your hand and place it here, and then you can go all the way back as far as you can. We need a little more room here, so if we went up more, we can go all the way back.
Wow.
And do that a few times, and that's just going to open everything up. And then you switch around and do the other side. It's all about the warm-up.
Right on, right on. I guess maybe we should just take a look at these little books right here, so we can give everybody a good idea of what's going on inside our arm.
In color.
We could just bring that camera over here, please.
So here's the arm. This is the inside of the elbow, where if the injury was there, we would call that golfer's elbow. And this is the outside of the elbow, and if an injury was here, we would call that a tennis elbow. So this is the little tiny joint we're talking about, and it's a hinge joint. It's just going up and down, and it does a little bit of rotation in and out. But most importantly, we see all of these muscles that are inside here come down and attach. So here's just a snapshot of some of the muscles that are coming off of the shoulder. So you can see how intricate the arm is, how amazing we're created, that all of these muscles attach to make us move, all these motions, the hands move. And so that's why it's very important to make sure that you stretch each one of these muscles so that they're not putting unwanted, unneeded pressure on these tendons, on the joints. Because as we get older, those injuries take a lot longer to heal. So stretching is very important.
Awesome. Awesome photos. There we go. Rather look at a photo on a book than have to rip open my arm. Okay, so thank you for teaching us all how to fix our problem here and maybe hopefully recover and get better and climb stronger and be stronger climbers. That's what this channel is all about. So thank you for taking your time. Have you ever seen the YouTube videos where people get chiropractic work done? They're super popular. You want to do some chiropractic?
Chiropractic is amazing and it works. So if you're having pain in those areas, make sure you visit your local chiropractor.
You want to get some crack-a-lackin'?
Sure.
Okay, let's get crack-a-lackin'.
So you're just here for a tune-up today, basically?
Just a tune-up, an oil change.
All right.
A sticker on. Wait, I'm sorry. You have a sticker on your pants.
What does it say? It says, Trader Joe's French fried carrots. Let's get working.
Just coming for a
Anything?
tune-up.
Just a quick tune-up. Some maintenance.
Yeah.
Is anything bothering you when I'm touching here?
No. I'm a prime specimen. Usually I go to the vet because I'm an animal, but
All right, take a breath in. Let all the air out.
oh.
All right, and lie on your side facing me.
Oh. So this is this going to give me superhuman powers?
Tomorrow. Okay. Let's flip to the other side. Okay, and now on your back.
Oh. 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 That felt great. When do I get the feeling in my toes again? The shoulder is connected to the elbow. The elbow is connected to the wrist. How's this song go?